What's going on, y'all? So, I gotta talk about it. I did a movie review on Primitive War, and now I want to talk about Deep Rising because Deep Rising has been put in the background for a little bit too long. It's getting a little bit of limelight now, but I want to put my spin on it because it's one of my favorite adventure action flicks of all time. Uh, Deep Rising, still waiting on a part two. It's been 20 years. It's been too long. Primitive War was on an $8 million budget. Good movie. Very nostalgia. It's gonna have some remembered scenes on YouTube for a long time. Or whatever the next social media platform is. Primitive War is gonna have those clips. That's gonna get millions of views. Because people are gonna be like, oh, I remember Primitive War. Classic. Deep Rising is a classic. The score in Primitive War. Beautiful. The score in Deep Rising, done by Jerry Goldsmith. Jerry Goldsmith is a great, I think he's a soundtrack artist. You know, the orchestra, something like that. I can't remember what the person's called, but the guy that does the soundtracks, Jerry Goldsmith, one of the greats. He also did The Mummy, great soundtrack. Jerry Goldsmith is neck and neck with Hans Zimmer because Hans Zimmer is one of the all time greats. But Jerry Goldsmith is right up there with Hans Zimmer. That's how I got into the scores anyway. Jerry Goldsmith, then Hans Zimmer, then you had a couple other guys. Guy that did the 300 soundtrack and all that type of stuff. But Jerry Goldsmith comes to the score. The score was perfect, perfect, perfect. The instruments and everything. You know, we need more guns. We need more blood. We need more gore. Deep Rising was gory. You know, it had the action, had the guns. You know, and and unlike today's movies, because today's movies they like to put all this woke bullshit out on a big screen. Nobody wants to see that shit. Doesn't matter if you have a $300 million budget and want to put it on a big screen. People don't want to see that shit. You know, people want to see shoot 'em up, bang bang. You know, people don't want to see a screen full of CGI. Make your movie look a little bit more realistic. Primitive War went I think they went to Vietnam or they went to Australia to film. You know, they didn't need all this CGI. They only needed the CGI for what they needed it for, the dinosaurs, and that's it. And then the bullets and the flares and all that, whatever. That's it. That's all they needed CGI for. Not for all this other characters and no. Simple. It's simple. A simple movie. A simple story. A simple premise. Deep Rising. That's a simple story. Primitive War is a simple story, and it's badass. You know, you don't have to make these new movies so complicated. Give it a simple premise. A platoon goes into the jungle to fight dinosaurs. Simple story. Simple story. And it's badass. Deep Rising. Ex Marines go go on a yacht to heist this yacht, to do a heist on this yacht. Then they come to find out everybody on the cruise ship is dead. And they got to find a way to get off the cruise ship and kill this big ass octopus. It's simple, badass. I don't know. Maybe Hollywood is intimidated by badassery. Maybe Hollywood is intimidated by men on screen with guns, that masculine core, that roughness, that seriousness. Maybe Hollywood is intimidated by that type of stuff. That's why you haven't seen any good movies out lately, past 4 or 5 years. You haven't seen nothing really good. Nothing good has really been out on the big screen. But Hollywood wants to continue putting out this woke bullshit, thinking that, the kids are gonna love this. Even the grown folks, they ain't gonna want to take their kids to see this shit. Yeah, go watch that shit on Netflix. Go watch that shit on Hulu. People want to see movies like Primitive War on the big screen. You know, like I said, Hollywood has gotten away from doing these movies like the '90s, like the '90s did it. Movies like Lethal Weapon. You know, where is the fighting? Where is the explosions? Where is the adversity? The characters. What is the characters got to go through something? You know, the people want to feel something with the characters. You know, when you watch Primitive War, I'm giving some spoilers away, but when you watch Primitive War and dude gets his chest caved, stepped on, you know what I'm saying? You can feel that. Deep Rising, when Wes Studi uh, tries to shoot the guy that he shot in the leg, and the gun doesn't click, the gun doesn't go off because he tries to shoot himself in the head, and the monster just swallows him whole. You could feel that. You could feel that scene. You could feel that scene because Wes Studi's screaming. He trying to get up out the monster's mouth, but it ain't happening. The monster got him. It's over with. That's what people. That's what people want in movies. That feeling, damn, he got ate. You know what I'm saying? Damn, he didn't make it. That's what Primitive War. Primitive War gave you that feeling like, dang, he blew himself to pieces. God dang. But he did it for his team. He did it for the unit. Get out of here. That's what we missing, man. That's what movies in the 90s had that feeling like, damn. The movies nowadays Hollywood's putting out is bullshit. Straight bullshit. But then they wanna run off and pay Rotten Tomatoes to give it 8 stars and shit. But the people know that shit need 4 stars. $300 million budget, but for bullshit. Come on now. But I'm not trying to get off topic, but Deep Rising. We need another Deep Rising. It's been too long. We need something like it. Something like it. Now I know in the early 2000s, like when 2003, 2004 came around, a lot of these heist movies started coming out. These money heist movies coming out. And I'm not gonna lie, from I would say 2002 to I would say 2015. That was 2002 to 2015, years of heist movies. It was heist movie after heist movie after heist movie after bank rob movie, bank job movie. Man, those are some good movies. You got movies like The Heat. Man, get back to what movies supposed to be. But that's it, y'all. I'm out of here. I got another video coming out about the goriest zombie flick ever to come out, and a lot of people probably haven't seen it, but it would come on sci-fi every now and then as a kid. And if you were able to watch it, you were able to watch it. If you weren't able to watch it, you missed it. It was too late. But I'm gonna talk about that in my next video. I'm out of here, y'all.